and welcome to this month's edition of On the Couch With. Today we are joined by the wonderful Ellie Gray at Kinetic, Senior Account Manager on the direct team, and we are going to discuss some of the key issues and hot topics that the out-of-home industry is currently facing. Welcome, Ellie. How are you doing?
Hey, Sam. Good, thanks. Happy to be here.
Good. So we might as well get stuck into it. First of all, can you tell us how you have found working during the pandemic over the last sort of 18 months to 2 years?
Definitely. So I'd say I struggled quite a lot working from home for that long. I think my favorite part of working in media and out of home is, working with other people and being in the same place together and meeting up and going out. And being at home is really difficult. It was also difficult to work in a very different way. Obviously, a lot of people struggled with the out-of-home market, and our job went from coming up with ideas to being much more proactive, reassuring, explaining the market. So that was a really different way of working. But now definitely feel like we're back to normal. Things are really busy, and happy to be going back to the office.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I guess that kind of takes us onto the next question, really. What are your thoughts on the whole working from home thing? Do you like it? Do you think it works for you? Would you adopt it more moving forward? Or, are you enjoying, like you say, being back in the office a lot more?
Yeah, I think I definitely like the flexibility and the choice of being able to work from home. But overall, I'm just much more suited to being around people, being in the office, getting back into central London. So I definitely like the idea, but I think in reality, get me back in the office, get me around lots of people. And that's a more creative working environment for me.
Yeah, no, I get it completely. It does help. It sparks ideas, I guess, when you're around, other individuals and people that you work with, and that kind of just a quick conversation that you can have in a couple of minutes with someone in the office. It's just a lot easier than, setting up a Teams call or a Zoom call and having to do it remotely. Yeah, I get that. So with the hybrid of office and home working, how are you managing client and media owner meetings at the moment?
So still the vast majority would be video calls, which is fine, but we're seeing a little bit of light with people starting to come back together, starting to open offices. But overall, it is still video, and I think it's more difficult. I think, being in a room, you can understand someone's opinion a lot better. You can gauge reactions, what to push, which ideas to maybe pull back on. Whereas on video, it's a little bit trickier, but definitely starting to see more in-person meetings, which is just great news.
And hopefully a few more media lunches at that as well. Brilliant. No, that's really good to hear. Very positive. So the pandemic has caused so many problems for brands and made it really difficult to get their message to the public. What are your clients doing to get around this? And have you seen more creative ways of thinking because of the current situation?
Yeah, we're definitely seeing brands use a lot more creativity in their out-of-home campaigns. Our team at Kinetic Active, who do our creative solutions, have seen so many more campaigns than ever before. Things like murals and special builds. We've got dynamic campaigns going on. And I think overall brands are just doing more to really authentically engage with consumers and reach them on an emotional level to make sure that their messaging is really cutting through at such a difficult time. One campaign that I worked on, actually, which I thought was really, really creative and really positive, was for Campari, which was Art Without Walls in association with the Affordable Art Fair. And essentially, Campari gave up their advertising space to support artists who had struggled through the lockdown. And we had dominated Shoreditch with posters and screens and underground to showcase all these different pieces of artwork. Using QR codes, people from the public could immediately buy the artwork. And I just thought that was such a nice way to showcase Campari as someone who supports art and culture, but also to help give back. So definitely brands are being more creative, and it's great to see.
Yeah, I love that. I love the sound of that. It's brilliant campaign. So with client budgets being scrutinized now more than they ever have been, do you think accountability is becoming more important?
Definitely. I think that's true in two ways, actually. I think firstly, in terms of the tracking, we're getting much more accountable with posters being posted and screens delivering what has been agreed with media owners, which is great to see. But also in terms of campaign performance, we have been doing a lot more campaign research studies to prove both sales and campaign effectiveness. And definitely, I think now more than ever, we're justifying people's investments in out of home and proving that the medium really does work.
That's, yeah, I mean, that's amazing to hear that it is having such a direct effect on, proving that the medium works well for the brand. Excellent. So Ellie, you're one of our Kinetic verified super users. Could you tell us how the platform helps you in your day-to-day role? Like, is it saving you time and all of those kind of things that we discuss on a monthly basis in our super user meetings?
For sure, I would say the most important thing that working with you guys does is saves me so much time. The customer service as well from UniLIVE is amazing. Anytime I have a question or the creative agency has a question, it is answered in minutes, and it saves me a lot of stress and a lot of worry. And essentially, once I've booked in a campaign, from there on, I've got full trust. I know that things are going to run smoothly. Artwork will be delivered or chased if it's running late. It makes my life a lot easier for sure.
Good. I guess on that note, shout out to Nikita and Natasha in our delivery team, and to Dan Brink, Luxie and Sarah in our data team, who do amazing jobs across the board. So yeah, without those guys, we wouldn't be able to, get back to you guys as quickly as we do. And then finally and something that I'm, is close to my heart, we know that you're a massive advocate for raising awareness of mental health. Could you tell us a little bit more about the mental health ally scheme that's set up at Kinetic and how it works? And can you give us some advice maybe that other companies can adopt similar methods for tackling, mental health in the workplace?
Yeah, so the scheme at Kinetic has been around for a couple of years, and it's now actually been adopted at WPP level. So all of our agencies have allies. And essentially, we're all trained just to understand how better to listen to people, how to support them, to signpost people to get professional help if they need, or other kinds of support. And yeah, like you said, it's something that I'm hugely passionate about. I think it's amazing. We've been able to have so many more open discussions at Kinetic as a result of all that work. And overall, I think it's just made it a safer and a more enjoyable place to work, knowing that you really can be your full self. And for other companies who haven't got a scheme yet, I would say definitely give it a go. There is so much advice out there and support that other companies can give on how to get that set up. But the most important thing is to make a stand and say something. Even if you're not the CEO, you can suggest getting a scheme set up, knowing that you'll definitely help other people.
That's amazing. We'll definitely have to have a conversation aside on this, because I think it's really great work what you're doing there. But yeah, that's it. That wraps up this series with Ellie Gray. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining, Ellie.
Thanks, Sam.